Fallujah, 2004. The Modern Crucible. The defining moment, Operation Phantom Fury, the second battle for Fallujah, was the heaviest urban combat for U.S. forces since Sioux City. It was a brutal house-to-house, room-to-room clearing operation against a fanatical and well-prepared insurgency. U.S. forces faced numerous challenges, including navigating complex urban terrain filled with improvised explosive devices and booby traps. They also contended with an enemy adept at guerrilla tactics, using the city's dense infrastructure to launch surprise attacks. Additionally, the need to minimize civilian casualties while engaging combatants hiding among the population added to the operational complexity. For example, U.S. forces employed precision airstrikes and ground operations to target insurgent strongholds, while simultaneously coordinating with local leaders to ensure civilian safety. However, some argue that Operation Phantom Fury exemplified the limitations of conventional military tactics in urban warfare. Critics point to the extensive destruction of Fallujah's infrastructure and the high civilian toll, which fueled anti-American sentiment and prolonged instability in the region. They suggest that the operation's heavy reliance on airstrikes and aggressive clearing tactics may have exacerbated the insurgency rather than quelling it. Operation Phantom Fury was a major U.S. military offensive conducted in 2004 during the Iraq War, aimed at retaking the city of Fallujah from insurgent forces. The operation was like trying to remove a tumor from a delicate organ. While the goal was to eliminate the threat, the surrounding healthy tissue, in this case the civilian population and infrastructure, was at risk of significant damage, complicating the overall outcome. In conclusion, Operation Phantom Fury highlighted the challenges of balancing military objectives with the protection of civilians and infrastructure, raising questions about the long-term effectiveness of such tactics. The battle. Marines integrated lessons from Sioux with modern technology, but the core reality was the same: a deadly game of clearing houses, navigating murder holes, and facing IEDs and ambushes at every turn. The heavy reliance on airstrikes and aggressive tactics may have caused more harm than good, intensifying the insurgency and complicating the mission's long-term success. For example, the use of airstrikes in densely populated areas led to significant civilian casualties and infrastructure damage, which, according to a 2006 report by the Brookings Institution, may have fueled anti-American sentiment and strengthened insurgent recruitment efforts. However, others argue that the use of airstrikes and aggressive tactics was necessary to achieve military objectives in a timely manner. They believe that without these measures, the operation could have been prolonged, leading to even greater casualties and infrastructure damage. Additionally, some experts suggest that the insurgency was already well established, and the damage caused by the operation was not the primary factor in fueling anti-American sentiment. The situation is like trying to extinguish a fire with a flamethrower. It may eliminate the immediate threat, but the collateral damage often exacerbates the problem. While the aggressive approach might seem effective in the short term, it risks creating more harm by intensifying the very issues it aims to resolve. In conclusion, while aggressive tactics may yield short-term gains, they often exacerbate long-term challenges by fueling resentment and escalating conflict. How it defined the 21st century Marines. The strategic corporal. The complex split-second decisions required in Fallujah empowered junior Marines like never before. The strategic corporal concept, where the actions of a single Marine can have strategic-level consequences, was born in those streets. These junior Marines had to make rapid decisions under immense pressure, often without direct guidance from higher command. Their choices could have far-reaching implications, not only for their immediate mission, but also for broader military and political outcomes. This level of responsibility demanded a deep understanding of both tactical execution and the potential strategic impact of their actions, testing their leadership and adaptability in high-stakes situations. However, some argue that this approach places too much responsibility on junior Marines, potentially leading to mistakes with severe consequences. The immense pressure and lack of direct oversight can result in decisions that may not fully consider the broader strategic implications. This can inadvertently create further complications, such as escalating conflicts or causing unintended harm, which could undermine the mission's overall objectives. Ultimately, while empowering junior Marines fosters adaptability and leadership, it also highlights the need for balanced oversight to mitigate risks of strategic missteps. Integration and adaptation. The battle showcased the Marine Air Ground Task Force, MAGTF, in its modern form. Precise close air support, combined arms with tanks and artillery, and the seamless integration of intelligence. It proved the Corps could transition from a major amphibious force to a dominant urban counterinsurgency force within a single generation. The Marine Air Ground Task Force, MAGTF, demonstrated its versatility and adaptability, transitioning from a traditional amphibious force to an effective urban counterinsurgency force. This transformation highlights the Corps' ability to integrate intelligence, combined arms, and precise close air support, showcasing their evolution in modern warfare. For example, during the Battle of Fallujah in 2004, the MAGTF effectively coordinated air support, armored units, and ground forces to navigate complex urban terrain, demonstrating their adaptability and integrated approach to modern warfare. However, some argue that the MAGTF's adaptability may not always translate to success in every scenario. Critics point out that the transition from amphibious operations to urban counterinsurgency can strain resources and personnel, potentially leading to operational inefficiencies. Additionally, the reliance on combined arms and precise air support may not be as effective in environments with limited infrastructure or against adversaries employing asymmetric tactics. The Marine Air Ground Task Force, MAGTF, is a versatile combined arms unit of the U.S. Marine Corps, integrating ground, air, and logistics forces. This is like a Swiss Army knife that excels in versatility but may struggle with specialized tasks. While its multiple tools make it adaptable, using it for intricate or highly specific jobs can reveal limitations, especially when the environment demands tools designed for a singular purpose. In conclusion, while the MAGTF's adaptability is a strength, its limitations in specialized scenarios highlight the need for tailored strategies. Conclusion: the unbroken thread. From Iwo Jima to Fallujah, the battlefields changed, the enemies evolved, and the technology transformed. But the thread connecting them is unbroken. It is the thread of small unit leadership, from the fire team leader in Fallujah to the squad leader in Hue. It is the thread of unshakable resolve, whether facing a blizzard at Chosin or a sniper's alley in Fallujah. And it is the thread of adaptability, proving that the Marine Corps is not defined by a single type of battle, but by its unwavering ability to meet any threat, on any terrain, and prevail. These battles did not just define the Marines. They are the reason the Marine Corps exists in its current form. A force forever forged in fire, always ready for the next fight. This response is AI generated, for reference only. The Marine Corps' legacy is built on its ability to adapt, endure, and overcome, proving its unwavering commitment to meet any challenge. For example, during the Korean War, the Marines' adaptability was evident at the Chosin Reservoir, where they successfully fought through harsh winter conditions and overwhelming enemy forces to secure a strategic withdrawal. This is like a blacksmith tempering steel, subjecting it to intense heat and pressure to forge a blade capable of withstanding any test. Each trial, from the frozen Chosin Reservoir to the urban warfare of Hue, hones the Marine Corps into an unyielding force, ready to face the next challenge. In summary, the Marine Corps' legacy of adaptability and resilience continues to define its strength and readiness to overcome any challenge.